All right, today's training is going to be on RPR. This is not a tool that we have on the desk. This is a tool that you get for being an agent. So you're going to go to NARRPR.com and it will bring you to this screen that you're seeing here. If you've never used this platform before, you're going to need to create a new account. So you would just come down, hit create a new account. You will need your NRDS ID number to create this account. It's just to verify that you're an agent and kind of pulls in Coldwell Banker logos and the things that we have set up for you on the back end. We're going to sign in. And this is the main screen that it takes you to. I just want to start off by saying that I really like this platform. One, because it's very user-friendly, and two, because it pulls in information from our MLS but also from tax records. So when we go in here and create a report, I'll kind of show you when you're pulling comps, it's going to show you stuff that was not necessarily on the MLS, and that's because maybe it's sold for sale by owner, it was an auction sale, something like that. So it'll show you everything that's sold in the area, not just things that we've sold through the MLS. So very cool platform. This little gadget up here is for settings. So you would click on that to create your profile. If you've never been in here before, like I said, you're gonna update your headshot, you're gonna put in the email address you want to show up on the reports, your website, all of that good stuff. So there is a commercial version of this as well, so you can switch over to that if you ever have that need. But it basically, you just search what you're looking for. So let's just put in a house number here. We'll go ahead and pull up my house since it's gonna pull it in anyway. And I do know the house 3 doors down from me just sold this past weekend, so it'll be interesting. But so it'll pull it up. It's kind of like Zillow in the sense that it does give you a market value. However, again, just like Zillow, that's not always correct. So just be careful. And this confidence thing here that you're seeing, so that'll tell you basically how confident they are in their numbers. So this is showing you that maybe they don't really understand the Mechanicsburg borough that well. So you're only getting 3 out of 5 stars there. And if you click on that again, it'll kind of explain that for you. But anyway, so this is the screen that you'll get if you see, if you pull in any address, it'll give you basically the breakdown, you know, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, lot, year built, all of that good stuff. As you keep scrolling, schools, township. Interestingly enough, it also pulls in mortgage records. So, and now when you want to create a report or do comps for a property, you would hit this create report button. So we'll go ahead and do that. So you're going to confirm the home facts. So this is what they have, and based on the public records. So again, bedrooms, bathrooms, if you know that there's a difference, this is where you would come in here and make the change to update it so that you have accurate information for when you create a report. Right, and then we're gonna just hit find comps. It basically walks you through what you need to do. So there's a map. It basically just pulls in a general area. You can zoom in, zoom out as you need to. You can refine them as you need to. So this is 2 to no number of max bedrooms, 1 to multiple bathrooms. You can refine by square footage, lot size. We're just going to hit search. And it does default to within the last 6 months. So you can, if you hit the search button and you don't get a lot, you can kind of open it up or change your area. So this is the house that I was talking about, just sold a couple days ago. So we're going to add that one. It's a really good comp, similar square footage, has an extra bathroom, but other than that, very similar. We'll just pull a couple in here, a couple others in, sold. Okay. And you can click down like I just did there, details. This one doesn't really have anything to show, but it'll show if there's some more information there. And then once you have all the comps in there that you want, you can just go ahead and hit update valuation and close. it brings you back to this page. It automatically averages the comps based on square footage and price. So obviously we had a fairly large range in there. So if you want to go in and edit that number, you can absolutely do that. You can also go back into your comps and edit them again if you want to take something out or add something different there. So let's just say we want to take that one out that was only 65,000, remove it, update, and close. And then you see there it bumps the average price up because we took that one out. In edit, you know that might be a little high, so we'll just go in and say 195 or recommended price range 175 200, save, and then it saves that information for you. And then once you've done that, you can create a report. So there's a ton of different reports in here. And this is just telling me that you can customize your cover page. So this is typically what the cover page looks like. It's a front view of the house, your picture and your information. You can customize that if you'd like. But seller's report. So again, there's property report, seller's report, a bunch of these other reports in here. If you bump this out, it'll show you that there's so much information in here, right? So I think this report ends up being 40 to 50 pages or something like that. Now, obviously, that's quite a bit. So I would say run it for your first time just so you get an idea of what each page looks like and what you're comfortable giving to a client or emailing to a client. But at the end of the day, you really aren't going to need every single one of these pages in here. So we can just take out a couple, market activity, pending sale. So these ones that I'm unchecking here, that's for the whole area. Those aren't just the comps that I put in. So the comps are still staying in there. And it gives you some other different options down here that you can change as well. If you put notes in, you can include your notes. You know, there you can even do seller proceeds in here. Public records. Once you have that set to what you want, and again, I would just suggest running the report as it is at first. That way you can kind of see what exactly the report has to offer. You just hit run report, then it generates it. You can actually click out of here if you want, which we're going to do, and go back and continue in this program. And up here you'll see one, because it's formulating the report right now. So it's kind of cool. You don't have to sit and wait for it. You can kind of click out of it and go back and continue to do stuff if you'd like. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of other things while that's generating. So if you go back to home here, so we just searched the address the last time. So that's typically how you would search, but if you hit advanced over here, cool feature. So you can search for an owner name, you can search the tax ID, and I thought that was kind of cool. If you know somebody's name, you're not exactly sure what the address they said was, you can come in here and search that way as well. Something else that's interesting. So as it stands, you're getting all the properties, right, that were for sale, have sold, all that good stuff. You can actually search just distressed properties in here if you unclick all of these other options and just search distressed properties in, let's do it, in Mechanicsburg, right? So this will tell you distressed properties. It's kind of a neat little tool. It has the information. You can click on them, pull them up as you want. It's a cool little feature, I thought. And you can also do map view instead of the list view if you want. So So that's the map you're searching in. And if you want to add them back in, you can just go over here and click non-distressed, apply, and then that will then add all of the properties in Mechanicsburg. So very cool. So we'll just click through these tabs as that report is generating. So again, the details takes you back to that original property that we were searching for. There's a learning tool right here if you want to learn some other tools on RPR. This is just a basic overview for you, but you can definitely do that. Top questions, and they have you know, some walkthrough videos of their own on here. Go back here, and then as you create reports, they do get saved in this area here. Your recent searches also get saved, and then, or sorry, yeah, recent properties, recent searches, recent reports. And the mobile app that I was talking about, so in the Google Play Store or in the Apple Store, you can download it. This is kind of what it looks like. Again, a very good tool to have. So the report is ready. So when it's ready, you can just download it if you'd like. And then, like I said, it'll have a picture of the front of the video, or the picture of the front of the house, your information that you put in when you edit your About Me. So again, email, website, and then the brokerage information. It does look like I need to update the logo there. So I'll go back in and do that. There's just some pages, you know, talks about how we're #1 at Coldwell Banker, analytic reports, the estimated value versus the comp analysis. So this would typically be if I was going to list my own house, this would typically be one that I would remove, right? Because you send this to the seller, they're gonna say current estimated value 121, but you're saying 195, that's a huge difference. So I would take that one out. This is the home facts. And then we kind of slide down more home facts, property photos. That's what the house looked like when I bought it. Doesn't look like that anymore. Anyway, so again, you don't necessarily need that information, right? Because these are just multiple pages of old property photos. Unnecessary. So I would just remove those in the report. And this will tell you the sales history. So it goes by, it was sold in 01, 05, and then 2019. So that's good information as well. And again, it does have the mortgage records in here. So you'll have that information. Again, just the general market activity. So as I said, we even took some pages out and there's still 39. So, you know, you find what you like for these reports and use them. You don't need to use all of these, but it's good to have, like if you have an analytical seller, some of this stuff is really good to have at your fingertips to show them. 18 pages in, here we go, comps, all right. So this will give you a map view of the actual house and then the comps that you chose around it. And then it'll do side-by-side comparisons, which is really cool. I actually like, I've noticed that sellers kind of like this form a bit so that they can just see them side-by-side and make the comparisons themselves. And then it'll give you a single page of each of the comps that you've chosen as well with more detail about the house. And then just some more stuff about RPR. So it's a very cool platform where there's a lot of different tools like I've shown you, but I really, really like the easiness of being able to use it. You just kind of come in, search, and it kind of walks you through the steps. So that's a basic run through of RPR, but go in, mess around with it. If you don't have an account, set up an account. You will need your NRDS number, like I said, but it's a great tool to have and to be able to use.